Hello everyone, I'm Myra and I want to welcome you back to my channel. This video was actually inspired by my son and a conversation I recently had with him. After dropping one child off at school, grocery shopping, unloaded the groceries, more kids, including him, to take to school, and I had lunches to pick up and drop off. He expected me to take him to the bank. It went something like this. I drop him off, he's getting out, and he stops and turns, and he says,
"So you're gonna pick me up after my last period class?"
And I said, "Pick you up to go where?"
I said, "Well, to the bank."
I responded, "Well, no, I'm not going to do that. You can get to the bank."
"But you said you were going to."
And I said, "Yes, but I have completed so many errands, and I've been running around this morning. The sun is shining. You can go to the bank. You can walk over to the bank. That's fine. It's not that far." He wanted to be upset. And the reason he was upset is because I was created to be at his beck and call, but I wasn't going to do it today. And that had me thinking about boundaries. Although I do try to set boundaries, and I think I've done a pretty good job of setting boundaries with my children, they still have a very good way of trying to push it. And I have to remind them of what my boundaries are. And it's so important as parents, especially as moms, that we do this, because if we don't, they will trample over those boundaries, those little pieces of and we will have nobody to blame but ourselves. First of all, know what your boundary is. I know it sounds pretty basic. I don't want you speaking to me a certain way. I don't want you looking at me a certain way. I don't want you, doing this, or I don't want you doing that. But you'd be surprised at how when we really sit down to really identify something, it gets lost. We can't articulate what it is that we desire, what it is that we're requesting. So it's very important that you know what it is. In my case, I'm the only driver in the house due to health reasons. My husband doesn't drive, and I drive a lot. I drive so much that I have the title of Uber Mom, and I'm sure many of you have that title. I am a chauffeur. I'm a personal driver. I drive my kids to school. I drive them back from school. I drive them to the mall. I drive them back from the mall. I drive them to work, from work. I mean, I am constantly at it. And for me, when it comes to that, my boundary is the weather is nice, you can make it to school. The weather is nice, you can make it to work. Yeah, if you're working till late, I will pick you up. If the weather is not so nice, I will pick you up. But do not expect me to go here, go here, go here. I will not do it. You have to know what your boundary is. You have to identify what your boundary is. You also need to understand why you need the boundary. Why do you need it? Do you need it because you just want to be difficult? Or is this something that you truly feel you desire for yourself? I need this space. I need us to keep a certain space between us, because I find when you come over it, I get upset. It doesn't put me in the right state of mind. It creates anxiety for me. You need to understand why you need that boundary. And even though we're talking about our kids, it's no different than if we were talking about our partner or friends or other members of the family. Understand why you need that boundary. Maybe I need it just to sit with myself. I need to be at one with myself. I need to create a sense of calm and peace and tranquility within me. And when you cross that boundary, I don't have that. So understand why you need that boundary. It'll be easier for you to articulate later. So now that you know what your boundaries are and you understand why you have it, now it's time to voice it. This is when you take a deep breath and let your child know what your boundaries are. You want to do it in a calm, polite, even tone. You don't want to go in screaming and shouting, but you want to really let them know what your boundaries are. And if they have any questions, you are prepared to answer because you understand what your boundaries are. It's very difficult because they are our kids and we're moms and we love our children. We want to take care of them. And we feel that if I say this or I say that, I might be hurting them. Maybe I'm damaging them. Maybe I'm preparing them for some therapist's couch years from now. You are not. What you're doing is gaining your peace of mind and you're gaining sanity. If not, and you blow up on them, know that they will be on that therapist's couch. Voice your concerns. Speak for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Because nobody else is going to do it. They sure are not. If you're willing to give, they're going to take. If you have shifting goalposts, oh, it's this, but now it's this, they'll be more than happy to go further and further because they are looking out for number one. Voice your concerns and don't be afraid to do it. Finally, do not feel guilty or have any regrets about speaking up for yourself. We love to do this. We will say something, especially to our kids, and then we will go back and feel really bad because we did it. Why do you want to feel bad about defending yourself? Why do you want to feel bad about looking out for you? That kid's not looking out for you. That kid's looking out for themselves. And you should have that same attitude. Look out for yourself. If you're not in a great space, you won't be able to look out for your child. Always think about it like that. So don't feel guilty because you had to set boundaries. Don't feel guilty because you had to let them know what you're willing to or not to do. Voice what it is you have to say. Don't feel any regrets, no takebacks, and move on. And believe it or not, your child will respect you for that because everything that we're doing with them is a learning opportunity. They're watching us. If we're allowing them to trample over what we are able or willing to put up with, they are going to think it's okay to do it when they get out there, when society starts letting them know that no, you can only go so far. Guess who they are going to turn to? Well, I wish my mom had told me. Well, my mom never did. So it's better they get the training in-house before they get out there. No takebacks, no guilt. Stand firm, stand strong. You're a professional. Act like one. You have said what it is you need to say. Stand by that. And they'll love you more for it. Sometimes you just got to take maybe the love out of it, so to speak, and just be clear. We got to know what it is we want. We got to know what our boundaries are. We got to understand why we need our boundaries. Don't be afraid to clear that voice. Me. Advocate for yourself. Speak up. Be clear. Be concise. Articulate exactly what you are willing to and what you are willing not to do. And finally, no takebacks. Remember, we're professionals. Act like one. And if you're not, pretend, fake it. They'll love you for it. They'll respect you more for it. All right, so that's it. How has your experience been setting boundaries with your child or children? Like and comment below. Let's get a conversation going. Perhaps you have advice that you can share, some things that have worked with you. Let us know. I'm sure we would love to hear it. Remember, it's a village. We got to support each other. And while you're liking this video, hit that subscription, click that notification bell. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.